Thank you very much, Chairman. Ma'am, good afternoon. I'll only be discussing two issues. Number one is the Bayawan issue, which a special report was submitted by your Negros Oriental officer, Mr. Cañete. I was the one who raised it up with him because what happened was there was a man who was allegedly invited for questioning at 1 a.m. in the morning by armed people. And since nakatakas siya on that night, the next day when I woke up, he was already there in my house. And he refuses to go home because he was scared. So I referred him to the CHR. Initially, they said they were coming from the army. So when I checked with the army, they said that, wala, hindi kami yun. Wala kaming operations dyan. But when the man started giving names, the army said, yeah, those people were with us, but we already terminated them. They used to be CAFGUS or this multiplier forces. But we terminated them because due to insubordination. Apparently, they were rehired by this PNP auxiliary, another multiplier force by the auxiliary. And they were the ones who got him. And they were armed with AK-47s and Armalites. When the DLG came here also, I asked them about it, and General Purisima categorically said that EO 546 or 456 has already been suspended. This PNP multiplier auxiliary are not allowed even to carry firearms. But since they were carrying firearms, the report is complete and I will submit some of them to you. It was clear that it was done by these auxiliary forces. And I myself, I am against people bringing guns. Itong mga tao na private citizens nahirapan kumuha ng baril o ng lisensya, sabay itong mga kung sino-sino lang pinapadala AK-47s pa. So, my question, ma'am, is after this investigation report, number one, gusto ko sana through your commitment, you have a team together with the Army and the PNP, right? Gusto ko sana na before the cases are filed, they must already be disarmed. These people, they should already be disarmed. Number two, please help the victim kasi ngayon, hinaharas siya ng police because allegedly sinabi nila na may nakuha daw silang homemade shotgun. So kinasuhan siya para mag-withdraw siya dun sa complaint niya sa Commission on Human Rights. And thirdly, I guess charges should be filed here. No? That's for the PNP side kasi bawal na daw, di ba? However, on the army, they still get their multiplier forces. I think stringent measures must be done or screening must be done before these people can be accepted. For one, at the back of my head, bakit hindi natin ipadaan sa Municipal Peace and Order Council yung listahan ng mga pangalan para yung tao makita na ito, lasinggero to, abusado to. Dapat hindi to isama kasi baka mga buso pa ho. Can you help me with that, ma'am?
Yes, of course. Definitely. We fully agree with you. And you know when you were talking about, kasi nakaharas pa. Samantalang, bakit may baril pa sila?
Yes, ma'am.
Di ba? It's a similar experience that we've been having, with that Binyan case. Pagka magkakaroon ng hearing na gano'n, yung alleged perpetrators na inaakusahan, may hinaharas pa rin
Yung biktima po, yes.
Nasaan pa yung process dito? May investigation na, nag-hearing na, tapos kaya pa nilang takutin, sila na nga yung charge.
Yes.
No? So I complained to the DOJ regarding that. So nakikita mo lamang dito na yung monitoring talaga every step of the way. Representative Travis, I'd really appreciate if situational report, if we could do that, so we can address this the soonest time possible. In the case that you are saying, baka private armies yung mga sinasabi ninyo na nagdadala pa ng mga baril at hindi na dapat yaan. As a matter of fact, sa Mindanao, saan po ito? Sa Negros
Oriental po, Oriental.
Okay. So that's Region 7. We can actually write our human rights officers sa Region 7 as soon as time possible to follow up itong buwan na ito.
Thank you po. Of course, since General Purisima said bawal yan, I requested him and Secretary Mar to write to all LGUs to recall all the guns that they own so that it will not be, carried by these people. And I hope you can help me also follow up with that.
We certainly will. We will write our human rights officer, then at the same time, the regional director of Region 7, PNP Regional Director, is Tam Banyas, Chief Superintendent Tam Banyas, who is a former PNP Human Rights Affairs Officer
wow.
at the national level.
That's great.
Kaya tuwa yung Human Rights Officer namin noon,
Yeah.
ay ang galing maging Regional Director ka rito.
Yeah.
So nakakaintindihan sila. So again, we will address him and then we will also address Tam Banyas.
Yes, I go to my next issue po. This is a very minor incident but it's getting very viral in the internet. This happened in Dumaguete about 2 weeks ago. It's just about a dog, a service dog. More and more people come here, especially foreigners. They have service dogs with them. Sometimes you ride the plane and you see a dog beside you. Kasi pala, service dog yan with an international license for PWDs. Ang nangyari dito, pinagbawalan siya pumasok sa mall kasi no pets allowed raw. So, ang nangyari, inaresto pa siya ng pulis, pinusasan pa, dinala pa sa... So, ako taga Dumaguete, City of Gentle People, talagang nakakahiya. And tourism-wise, pag nag-viral to, nakakahiya ho talaga. And when I check, sumakay pa siya dun sa airline, yung may-ari ng mall, yung airline na rin yun. Sabi ko, pinasakay nyo sa airline nyo, hindi nyo pwedeng papasukin sa mall nyo kasi no pets allowed. At least man lang po, our tourism industry, our private and public institutions, our tourism police, must know international laws and follow them kasi talagang nakakahiya. I have a copy po. I will give it to you later.
We will appreciate that. So we will look into it.
Nakita ko kasi sa report kanina, you have the continuing education right and promotion of human rights. I hope masama to because tourism-wise, as I said, this is very serious and it's very viral now in the internet. You can check it for later.
Again, brief comment from Commissioner Coco Quezon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you po for bringing that up.
Yeah.
The CHR has done a lot of work in our tenure on persons with disabilities, whether it's developmental or physical. Unfortunately, and then it really goes very well with the CHR's work on business and human rights because it's not just people in armed forces or in uniform who might violate human rights. Nakikita rin natin, even private companies. So we've seen certain companies are doing better and other companies are not doing so well, and as you may be aware of, it is that same airline which also said when there were 2 passengers who had developmental challenges, they said our policy is only 1 passenger who has that kind of a disability kasi hindi
one
kaya ng
airplane.
flight attendant namin, so they offloaded. That was 2 years ago. So we can see na po, thank you with the information that you give us, which companies in particular need a little bit more monitoring and advocacy.
Yes po.
Thank you.
Once again po, thank you ma'am. Thank you, Mr.
Oh, sir, if I may add, the Philippines has had an accessibility law, so it's not just the international law that was violated. It was also our own
laws.
law po.
Thank you very much po.
Okay, thank you. Let's start